Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Lou Mangello. You are my friend. If you are watching live, thank you so very much for joining me. If you're watching on the replay, please be sure and join us every Wednesday night right here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And be sure and turn on notifications as well, as I often go live, not just from the home studio, but oftentimes from the parks, and especially with the holiday season in full swing. I plan on going live a lot more often, especially in the next couple of days and weeks. I was going to be out in the resorts tonight, and then plans changed, but I'm just happy to be here. So thank you all for joining me this week. Thanks to everybody who joined us on the show this week. I had such a blast recording in Disney Springs, amongst the music, amongst my friends, and within steps of the daily poutine, which we took of, which we partake in. We ate a lot. We ate all the poutines that there were, and then some, and then went for dessert, although we didn't have it. So thank you again to everybody who has been watching, who has been listening, more importantly to everybody who's been sharing. I see some people who are on the show this week are here in the box tonight. I saw Beatrice Feeney pop in. I'm not sure if Lisa and Michael came in as well, but we just had a blast. And did I mention the poutine? I almost went back to Disney Springs tonight. I was that close. We were this close to being at the Christmas tree trail. So good to see so many familiar names and faces in the box tonight. Terry Gaff, nice to see you. I hope your family is doing well. Lisa, I saw you just popped in. Martin Shergold, my friend from those United Kingdoms. And it's so good to see you, my friend. I need to get over to the UK. So many friends over there. And all the foods I haven't tried. There may or may not be plans for a UK Paris trip. I'm just saying. But I need to learn to pronounce poutine. Am I saying it wrong? Am I pronouncing poutine wrong? Have I been doing it wrong all along? I'm still not sure which was my favorite. If you have partaken of the poutine, specifically in Disney Springs at the Daily Poutine, let me know which is your favorite. Which is the one that you enjoyed most. Speaking of the UK, I think I just saw Kimmy Walker from somewhere in those United Kingdoms pop in. So thank you very much. It is good to see you as well. Hopefully I'll see you in person over in the United Kingdoms one of these days or evenings or weeks. Some people are saying, Judy Pavarini, you don't know what poutine is. Our friendship is teetering in the balance. So if you are from Jersey, poutine is what we used to call disco fries, which is when you left Hunka Bunka Ballroom on Route 35 in Sayreville, New Jersey, and then you went to Sherban's Diner or the Metro Diner. You got a big plate of French fries with gravy on it and cheese curds on top. And if you do it the right way in Canada, it's actually cheese curds. You don't just sort of do the melted cheese the way they did in New Jersey. But at the Daily Poutine in Disney Springs, they do the cheese curd the right way. Melanie Jones says poutine at Le Cellier. She's drooling. They do it a few different ways there. I think they do one the last time. It was like a red wine reduction. I might need to go back and try it again. Poutine is a Pittsburgh sandwich without the bread. Listen, Father George, when I last time I was in the Pittsburgh area, you guys put French fries on everything, and I love that about Pennsylvania. I need to do that again. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, so in English, you refer to it the standard French way of pronouncing it, poutine. In Quebecois French, we say, oh, it went by too fast. Nothing like disco fries after midnight at a Jersey diner, but shh, I like the poutine better now. Pete Bush, you feel me, brother. You get it. There was something about having the poutine at the diner at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that just made it taste better. Like it's like White Castle. You know they haven't cleaned the grill in 33 years, and that's what added that little bit of extra flavor. Don't clean the grill. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Disco fries are chips with curry sauce all over them. Martin Shergold, for a country that you say has relatively bland, you seem to have a lot of interesting uses of potatoes. You put curry sauce on them. I still haven't done the HP sauce. I have not had a chip butty as yet. I think I'm waiting. I need to have that with Emma because she's the one who introduced me to it. So, Jason Rucker, what is going on? Kimberly Bouchard, I saw you pop in there as well. Good to try. I'm doing my best with what little I have. So I'm making it happen. Donna Milligan, how are you? How's your husband doing? Too. Matthew Graycon says Jersey diners are the best. One of the few things I miss about New Jersey, maybe the only thing I miss about New Jersey, possibly, are the diners, White Castle, the bread, the pizza. Yeah, that's about it. French fries on burgers dunked in milkshakes. Felicia Ann, you just sort of ramped up. I've had fries on burgers before. My son loves that, but I've never actually dunked it in a milkshake. Cindy Moat-Steppen, it is nice to see you. More importantly, it's nice to see you not planking. You guys with the planking. The only pictures of me planking are going to have some sort of cedar smoked plank on there with salmon or some other, maybe like a trio of burger sliders on some, like a cedar plank kind of thing. Top 5 places to get cedar planked something in Walt Disney World. Becky Mankin is, I'm at the British Airways Lounge headed to London and Amsterdam. Oh, Amsterdam. Don't ask. Don't tell. Don't ask. Could go down saying hi. Nice to see you figured out how to string lights there, Lou. Yeah, I took an engineering course to figure out how to put, thank God for command hooks. This segment of the show is sponsored by commandhooks.org. I would walk the plank for some lobster corn dogs. Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, when you come down here, brother, lest we forget the hug that we are going to share. Wait till all the food we are going to share. Gareth Pemberton the third, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you as well. Happy name day, Nicholas. Yes, today's the feast of Saint Nicholas, right? Or something like that. The Becky liked it. Yeah, Matthew, you will not want to know what goes on in that district. Hey Lou, when do you think Walt Disney World will honestly get Marvel? John Joseph Gray the fourth. John Joseph Gray the fourth. If I was to lay bets, because I am a betting man in more ways than one, I think a deal is going to happen that will permit it within 5 years. It'll take time before they actually are able to integrate it more into the parks. I think you'll see what they start to do out at California Adventure in terms of meet and greet and character opportunities. We saw a little sprinkling of that with Doctor Strange and some of those things. But once they get the full rights to all that, you're going to see that coming. And then I think you're going to see, I would bet dollars to donuts. There's attraction designs already in the pipeline just waiting for the green light. I think in the next 6 months, a lot is going to change. A lot is going to change. And yeah, Jim, Fox. I think we're going to see the ink is going to be wet next week. Sources close have, if I had to lay bets, I'd put all my Bitcoin on a deal happening next week. So, Mariah, I swear by command strip. Listen, man, if I could hang everything with command hooks, I love those things. I'm an organization freak, so I dig weird stuff like that. So, Courtney's saying donuts. I don't know in what context you're saying donuts, but I am always down. Actually, today I met with Lee Cockrell today, and we went to a Peruvian restaurant. God, the food was so good. The only thing better than the food was the company until we got to dessert, and they had these donuts that were soaked in some sort of a sauce with a cinnamon thing. Oh my God. We had that, a nice little espresso. We shared a hug. It was a good day. It was a good day. So that was a nice little bit of stress relief, seeing him. Going this week to see my mom's decorations. Just gotten in the holiday spirit. Weather's going to be just right with the cooler temps. It is like the weather that I have been hoping and praying for is going to hit. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit big time by this weekend, just in time for the meat of the month. I should have the meat of the month graphic ready, and I don't. So pretend that it says the meat of the month this Saturday. So fingers crossed that the weather holds out. It doesn't rain or snow or sleet or whatever it does here in Florida, and that nothing is taking place on that stage. But if you're coming to the meat of the month, let me know. Give me a little roll call of anybody who is coming to the meat of the month. Am I saying Lee doesn't live up to the donuts? It's close. It's close. But I will not get into the details of the conversation, but man, we had a good conversation today. And did I mention how good lunch was? Oh my gosh, it was delicious. It was delicious. Fred Abley, who has seen Lee in action, in person. We were talking a lot about momentum. Courtney, Giants coach fired. Thoughts? It's so, that was the best Christmas present ever. I wish it would have happened 6 weeks ago. So, David Picciano, I will have a meet in April. I just don't know where or when. I think that I saw Amanda Catherine Locicero pop in and say, I turned it on, and the first thing I do was talk about food. What did you... Hi, Lou Mangello, have we met? Food, so glad you mentioned food. Lunch with Lee, nice. Beatrice Feeney's going to be there on Saturday. You might remember Beatrice Feeney from such episodes as 502, the holidays in Walt Disney World. This time, I have a graphic ready. I didn't know what to call it. Is it 10 things you need to see, do, and eat? Or Guide to the Holidays? Well, I just combined them both. Because I think it is. I think we talked more about just 10 things. There's probably 100 different things in there that you can do and eat and all that. But thank you again to Beatrice, Lisa, and Michael for joining me. Stephen Williams, nice to see you. We were just talking about Jersey a lot. Good stuff for the most part. And by good stuff, I mean we were talking about the food. Best of the... you know what? I will... Quick aside. What happened last week with the benching of Eli Manning was, as a Giant fan who sat through in the stadium a 3-12-1 season back in the early 80s and a frigid loss to the Chicago Bears, I think that was one of the most horrible, embarrassing, awful, dare I say, disgusting things that happened in my nearly 50 years of being a Giant fan. That was a disgrace, and I applaud Eli Manning, who has always been a class act. So, time to turn things around. Darlene Nagy from Western New York, great 502 show. It was a great 502 show thanks to my guests. And you, as always, you punctuate the finale of the show with your weekly voicemail. So thank you so much. Martin Shergold's going to be at the meet of the month in October 2018. What if in October 2018 I'm going to be in the UK? Then we'll just miss each other. Yeah. But I won't, because October 2018 we have the I know it's not called Backstage. I don't care. I'm calling it Backstage Magic out there, but I'll be going live from some of the places that I can while we're out there. That is now officially sold out. But wait, what is not sold out? And I know this because I just had a long call with Becky Mankin, is we still have a couple of cabins available for our Alaskan adventure, still at day one rates. Like, it is markedly less than what you would get if you went through Disney right now. I would just hit them up, get a free quote. We were talking about excursions. We were talking about a special surprise that might happen, and things we're going to do on board. And if you've cruised with us in the past, let me know right now here in the comments if you've cruised with us, what cruise you're on, and your favorite takeaway from cruising as a group. And by group, I mean a wonderful extended family. Gosh, I cannot wait for Alaska and Backstage Magic and the other stuff that I haven't told Becky about as yet. We had a long conversation, Becky. There's still a couple of things on that board that I just was not ready to share as yet. I'll do it once you get on the plane. I'll share it. Shout out from South Jersey, Juan. Juan, where in South Jersey are you? Lots of e-ticket adventure cruises here tonight. Any at Walt Disney World in mid-March. This guy. I'm here all week. And by all week, I mean always. Angie, wow, something popped. There's still room for Alaska. There's always room for Angie in Alaska. Gosh, we're going to have fun. We are going to have so much fun. Father George, you are an Alaska alumni. You know how much fun did we have, especially when we were worried about finding Father George and making sure he got back. Of all the people on the ship that I didn't expect to be worried about, it was Father George. Excursions with a group are also fun. It is a wonderful extended family. I agree. It's because of you guys. Alaska with Father George and the Oliveris. Oh, Marlton. I know exactly where Marlton is. It is. I talk about this all the time, the fact that it is a wonderful... Martin Shergold, I had my Saints Spider-Man shirt on yesterday, and I got a funny look from somebody like, wait a minute, what is Spider-Man wearing? And I had to explain it was from my football team, not my American football team, but my UK football team. Go Saints! The Manchester Saints, the London, whoever the Saints are, go. Alaska cruise, do you get venison? I think you can get it. I don't know if you can get it on board ship, but I know you can get it off the ship. Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I once had a girlfriend in Cherry Hill. It was a long drive down to Cherry Hill, New Jersey. West Deptford here in South Jersey. I dig it. I dig it. Did I have an announcement about an update to a social media site? Not yet. Not yet. That is actually, that's not even on the board. That's in the notebook. The secret notebook. Do I ever think Disney will build an outdoor roller coaster? I mean, they have some outdoor roller coasters already. I don't think in terms of current plans, on the board for the next 5 years, probably not. But don't be surprised what you might see in the future. Hal Cussler, I have not seen you as well. Disney World Christmas trip in just over a week. Let me know when you come down, man. I'd love to say hi, handshake and a hug, all that. The Southampton, as opposed to the Northampton. We're not Northampton fans. I don't even know what they're called, but we're South side. Jim is formerly from Jersey City. Man, I'm sure I would not recognize Jersey City. I understand that over the past 5 to 7 years, that has really gone through a transformation. Ricky saw a documentary about the origins of White Castle. Pretty cool story in the 90s. Was that like on Netflix? I would be fascinated to see that. I like all that kind of cool stuff. Pamela Disney buying Fox. I was talking about that a little bit earlier. I think that deal is pretty much done. I think you'll get the official announcement next week. I think the number in terms of the dollar exchange is going to be shocking to a lot of people. But I think Disney is going to get a steal. I think Disney is going to much like I believe they stole Star Wars, the buying the Fox assets is going to be a steal. And if you start doing the math in your head in terms of what this means for properties that are going to come to the Disney parks, and leave that place down the street, it makes sense. It makes total sense. I've been talking about Universal in terms of Marvel stuff, why that needs to leave and why I think it's going to leave. Now we're going to start talking about Universal in terms of some of those other properties, e.g. The Simpsons, that are going to leave. Universal needs the space. They're tired of paying and opening up their books to Disney for the licensing rights. It's going to be very interesting. Do I think that Iger staying as CEO was a dealing point? No, I think the Iger staying is part of a much larger plan. I think Iger is not only making sure that what he is doing now in terms of this latest blockbuster acquisition continues down the path and the vision that he has for it, but I think he also wants to make sure that he transitions appropriately, not just in terms of transitioning the position in Disney to whoever his successor might be, and I think it could potentially be Kathleen Kennedy from Lucasfilm. I'm not so sure but I think he also wants to ensure the transition of the properties themselves to make sure that the acquisition of these things is handled correctly in terms of moving forward and bringing them into the Disney fold. So, Fred Abley, thoughts on CEO to be? Again, Kathleen Kennedy is she's part of Lucasfilm. She's the head of Lucasfilm. She has been very highly regarded in the entire entertainment industry for a long, long time. I think she is a potential option. There's a couple of names inside Disney that I think could potentially be, but it's not necessarily a guarantee. I think there was some of the shakeup a couple of years ago in terms of some of the top executives who left changed what I thought might happen in terms of the transition into who might. So it'll be interesting to see. I think Iger, part of the reason why he's staying is so he can groom his successor too. So Jesse, it could be Bob Chapek. It very well could be. If Iger was to leave tomorrow, I don't know that Bob Chapek would be the person who would go in. That's not to take anything away from him. But John Delancey, exactly. Talking about a cap to the acquisition era that he brought. I've said for years, that is his legacy. This really is sort of, like you said, the final monumental feather in his cap, because the acquisition of Fox we're not just talking about it in terms of, great, we get the X-Men characters back, we get Deadpool, we get the Simpsons, but you're getting a lot of assets, not just current, but historical assets. In terms of Fox Entertainment, we don't want the sports. We got enough problem with our own sports thing. I also think what is going to be a domino effect from this, and I'm calling it on Wednesday, December 6th. I think Disney is going to sell off the rights to ESPN to another company, maybe Fox, that is heavily entrenched in the sports arena. It is not working well. ESPN is hemorrhaging money right now. ESPN is not, I don't want to overstate, but to a certain degree, almost single-handedly causing a major impact on the Disney financials. It's not where they operate in. They should unload it to a company like Fox, to whomever it might be, and stick with the entertainment stuff. So I did see Thor Ragnarok. I dug it. I want to see it again. Doesn't feel like time for another Eisner New Blood. There's a lot of new IP that needs to be consolidated within the Disney family. John Delancey, I agree. I think Iger, he needs to finish what he started. You can't transition when you're going to make a $60-70 billion deal for what is Fox, number 3 or so, and this is going to make Disney number 2, potentially the number 1 entertainment company in the world. You don't buy it and then hand it off to somebody else like, hey, here's Fox. Good luck. See what you can do with ESPN. I'm out. I think that Iger has long-term plans for himself. So Paul Clark, ESPN's laying off 150 in technology before Christmas. Again, it's a shame that ESPN was not able to adapt as they needed to a very rapidly and continually rapidly changing landscape in terms of sports entertainment. The ESPN phone, and I say that half jokingly, that failed miserably years ago, was not the right answer. I think there were some things that they could have done with ESPN and that property that they should have done and didn't. But I think now, and look, ESPN right now is a bargain. If another sports company were to come in and try and buy ESPN, the everything under the ESPN umbrella, I think they could get it for an amazing deal and then resurrect what was, and I think still to a certain degree is the premier sports entertainment network. To me, it makes sense for Fox to buy it, right? Because Fox is keeping their news, they're keeping their sports, not just domestically but internationally. Disney's going to get some stuff, but it could be interesting. Where would Apple fold into this? I think Apple is off the table right now. I think any sort of deal with Apple would potentially also run into some antitrust issues. I think Disney will be able to skirt it at this point because, again, think about it's Disney, it's Marvel, it's Fox, it's Pixar, it's it's Muppets. There's a lot that Disney owns that could come into question, but I think they'll be able to skirt it for a variety of reasons. I think if Apple, I'll say this. Had Steve Jobs not passed away prematurely, an Apple-Disney deal would have been done a long time ago. Because I think that conversation was already happening. That's part of the reason why Jobs had the position he did. That's part of the reason why I think the Pixar deal happened the way it did, because of the plans to incorporate Jobs directly into the Disney company. Obviously, it's an incredible loss on a lot of levels that he passed as early as he did, but I don't think right now. I don't think an Apple deal right now can certainly be on the table, especially not with, what's happening with Fox. $60 billion is a lot of money to spend. And by the way, Marty Raimondo, if you're here, I'm using your Darth Vader mug, by the way. So yeah, Fox is going to keep their sports. Amanda Catherine LaCicero, whose name I'll never mispronounce again. Fox is keeping their sports and they're keeping their news. thankfully, Disney should not be in the news industry. They need to stay out of that playing field altogether. They need to stick to what they do well and what they do best, which is entertainment. I think it's a smart thing for Fox. I think it's a brilliant thing for Disney. I think that $60 billion, while it sounds like a crazy amount of money, is potentially like the Lucasfilm deal. History will look back and say Disney got a deal. Disney got a deal on that. You look at what Fox owns in terms of their entertainment properties, current the library, the historical library that they own. Yeah, it's this is a bigger deal than them acquiring Lucasfilm. Let's see. Mariah, yes, this was a gift from Marnie Raimondo last year, not just a little more over a year ago when we went to New York. Jess Ray McElroy John says hello from Mississippi. Are you guys getting ready for the frozen tundra to come in? Nice Christmas lights. Thank you so much, Allison. Obsat Berdoulet. I would like to thank Command Hooks for my lights this evening. So, an Alien versus Predator ride, maybe. Not sure, but I want you to think about how the Fox deal could impact some place like Disney's Hollywood Studios, how it could impact the resorts, how it can impact a place like, and believe it or not, I don't believe that the expansion of Disney Springs is over. I think there's another large pad down past West Side that will be expanded upon. Is it billed as an all-stock deal? I believe so, Paul. I don't know. I watched the thing on CNBC the other day, but I don't know. But there's a lot that could happen. There's a lot of cool synergy. And if you were a Marvel fan, you should be very excited. What I would love to see Disney do is reboot X-Men, do it the right way, figure out what they can do in terms of integrating. Imagine Deadpool showing up in a Spider-Man movie. Forget it. Amanda Catherine Sisso, you got cookies. I like cookies. Just saying. Tell us what you and Lee talked about. I can't. I made a VR hot air balloon simulation inspired by Soren. Would love to show you. Oh, it just went by too fast. Chauncey, I would love to, if you have it with you, man, I would love to try and get together with you guys while you're here. So we'll try and make it happen. Schedule's a little crazy this week, but man has just found out your friend booked us for the Star Wars half marathon, and yet you still call her a friend. Booking me for don't listen. You guys are my friends. Don't book me for a marathon. That is not what friends do. Book me for a Dorito run. Book me for a boathouse dinner. Don't book me for a marathon. X-Men. A lot of people excited about X-Men. RJ Shimp, it is good to see you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is I want to see Spider-Man and Wolverine together. I mean, there's a lot that could happen in terms of crossovers with the MCU and the cinematic universe. So, what did Disney do with all the lights after they closed Osborne? They gave them back to the Osbornes. That was basically they did not buy the Osborne lights. They had recurring 5-year contracts for 20-year total to display the Osborne lights. My understanding is all the Osborne lights have been returned to the Osbornes. That being said, as I am telling you, I believe in my little hungry heart of hearts that within maybe not next year, maybe the year after, that you are going to see Disney holiday lights in the Disney parks. They're not going to be Osborne lights. They're going to be a Disney-fied version of lights. Look, December 18th, I think Whoopi Goldberg is doing that decorating Disney holiday magic show. You watch next year. Mark my words, again, I'm saying December 6th. Next year, there'll be a tie-in between decorating Disney holiday magic and decorating Disney holiday magic in the parks. It's like cookies and cream, baby. It just makes makes perfect sense. Steve, it was just taken care of this week. I just got it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't send you a follow-up email. I am swamped with emails this week. I'm grateful to be swamped, but I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs this week. So it's a 4D VR experience. You're crazy, man. I love that. Will the drones return? Dave Coviello. I was disappointed that they did not return this year. I have my inclinations as to why, but the drones will absolutely return in what I believe is going to be a much grander show. I think I understand why it isn't happening this year, but I think it's going to come back, next year. I think within 12 months, December, 12, yeah, within 12 months, maybe 16 months, you will see not a single drone show in Walt Disney World. You will see drones integrated into multiple shows in Walt Disney World. World Showcase Lagoon. World Showcase Lagoon. Sorry. Excuse me. I had a little tickle. But what? I didn't say World Showcase Lagoon. Come on now. But yeah, you're going to see drones. What? I didn't say anything. World Showcase Lagoon. So the drones last year were beautiful. They were beautiful, and I thought that the way that they were set to music, it was a ballet. It was a dance. So let it be one big streaming Disney experience on demand, virtually in augmented reality and smell-o-vision. Fred Abley, the augmented reality stuff that people like Chauncey Friend is working on, that Disney is working on, is going to impact the parks sooner rather than later. And if I was a betting man, you'll see that in Galaxy's Edge. I think you'll see it in Galaxy's Edge, and I think you're going to see it at the hotel. So, wasn't there a patent filed for drones in combination with a nighttime show? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I understand why it didn't come this year. But by the way, Amanda is now an annual pass holder. Welcome to the family and welcome to the club as well. My screen is so scratched. Let's see. The iPad needs smell-o-vision for Lou's live food reviews. Oh, God, we almost did an impromptu live food review of the poutine. I still have that video, and I haven't posted it yet. What's wrong with you, Mangello? Tim Moore, I want you to picture this. This is a dream sequence. I want you to picture a show on World Showcase. Look, Illuminations right now is viewable in 360 degrees, but I want you to imagine something that is beyond just pyrotechnics on that lagoon. Imagine something that you can see during the day and something else you could see at night that takes place not just above the water, but on the water and way above the water, and something that is right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, and World Showcase Lagoon in its current format is it's a video. The poutine's going to go away forever. It's a Chris Colin Kendall. That's what I'm afraid of. I got the heebie-jeebies about posting it. Cindy Mote-Steppen, if you love the music of Illuminations, I suggest you download it. I say that to you as a friend and as somebody who has loved Illuminations for 25 years. But, you know, the hard thing about Illuminations is this. For a lot of people, it's still a brand new show. There's still people who are seeing it for the very first time. It's also a show that resonates with longtime guests who are nostalgics, who love Illuminations, who continue to cry at Illuminations. But it's also a show that you could potentially argue is dated, right? 25 years is a long, long time to have the same show playing every single night. Look, as a local, I still dig Illuminations. Is it a must-do for me every time? Do I still, look, when we were there last week, 2 weeks ago, during the festival, the holidays, whatever it's called, I loved it. However, especially if you've seen other nighttime spectaculars, not just domestically, but look, I've seen what they can do in Shanghai. I've seen what they can do in Tokyo. When you see that side by side with Illuminations, you're like, all right, we need to up our game. So while we sometimes lament the loss of what's going away, I say it all the time because I trust Disney enough to know that something special, and I think Disney knows something special is going to have to replace that. Look, I'm still sad about Wishes going away. I love that little girl singing at the end. That she gets me every time. But it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the new shows as well. So I think there's a lot of things that are going to be changing. Bruce Brodsky, I think it's now official that third park has been announced for Tokyo. One that's going to highlight Japanese culture. So Flame from the... Yeah. I love Japan, and that's another reason to go and go back. Judy Pavering, I believe that there are places online that you can purchase the soundtrack for Illuminations legally. Important, and you must purchase it legally. No disclaimers. It's not legal advice, but please don't steal. That's all I have to say. I love the huge boat in the night show at Disneyland. Such amazing, a huge ship and choreography in a small area. What they did in Japan in terms of the ships on the water in a lagoon, much like World Showcase Lagoon, is really... Marty, you just got here. Yes, I even mentioned before, I am using your cup. I love your cup, and I appreciate you and your cup. So I told you there was no way I was not going to have it. I cleaned it. I used it yesterday, and I cleaned it so I had it today. So, Cindy Mode 7, you look me in the eyes. You need to come to Shanghai. You all need to come to Shanghai. And Becky and I talked about Shanghai again on our call this week. And wheels are in motion. Wheels are being put in motion. And we're going to try and make something happen sooner. Not in terms of organizing something. It probably won't happen till 19. But I want to get something sort of on paper so that you guys can start saving your pennies and also allotting that time as well. So, I want to go back to Shanghai, visit Japan. I want to go to Osaka and Kyoto and spend some time in Japan and then end up in Tokyo Disneyland. That'll be a good time. But I want to go for like 2 weeks because Asia is an amazing place. So, is there any chance ESPN The Weekend will ever return? Amy Core Cameron. We were just chatting about ESPN, my thoughts in terms of what I think the future of the ESPN brand under the Disney umbrella might be. Look, if Disney does not make some sort of a radical change to that property, it's hemorrhaging money. So my expectation is after this Fox deal is done, I don't necessarily think it's going to be part of the Fox deal, but I think after this Fox deal is done, Disney will unload the ESPN, the sports aspect of their ownership of it. It's not where they are doing well. It's not where they operate. Let a company like Fox, CBS, NBC, whatever, let somebody else take it. So, Arnold, I think you're right. We were talking about this before. The intellectual property that Disney's going to acquire from the Fox Entertainment brand. Remember, it's not just movies. It's TV as well. The Simpsons, little Bart Simpson is going to be a Disney character. Like, let that sink in just a little bit, and what that might mean. I've been saying it for a while. I think the Marvel stuff is going to go away from Universal. This potentially might mean some of those other properties might go away. Disney's going to have a lot of things to pull from in terms of providing dimensional entertainment experiences. Favorite Walt Disney World resort for Christmas decorations, David Coviello. I love the warmth, the hominess, the feel of Wilderness Lodge. I think there's gingerbread houses in a lot of places. The Grand Floridian is still the Grand Floridian. Where else? Animal Kingdom is so far away. Believe it or not, if you've ever been to the Port Orleans resorts, they do a really nice job around Christmas. And I think, as Beatrice Feeney was saying, I forgot that they did the sleigh ride there as well. So Shanghai would do Kung Fu Panda. Again, the Walt Disney World is not the only place that these properties can go. Disneyland is sort of at, they're kind of pushing maximum density there. Iggy Torres, Universal just starting the Marvel dinners with the characters is absolutely, in this man's humble, uneducated opinion, their final hurrah in terms of taking advantage of the property that they currently have access to, because I believe in my heart of hearts that's going away. I do. I believe it is going away. So they're like, look, let's make what we can on it. Let's leverage it while we have access to it, and then bye-bye. It's gonna go back to Disney. Look, Universal needs that space. Universal can only use Marvel characters, certain Marvel characters that appeared in their comic book form. You will never see the Homecoming Spider-Man, the movie version of the X-Men characters, or in the Universal parks. So for a lot of people, the characters that are there, like, wait a minute, you don't look like the guy in Homecoming, because he's not the guy in Homecoming. He's Peter Parker from 1964. He's not Peter Parker from 2017. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see. So Marla Chan's going to see Wilderness Lodge on Monday, the Holiday Delight Tour. I cannot wait to hear all about that. By the way, speaking of holidays and lights, I will tell you that, as is tradition, I am going to be at Fort Wilderness. I love taking you guys with me to Fort Wilderness. We rent the golf cart. We drive around and show you the holiday decorations. It's either going to be, well, obviously, it'll probably be next week. It'll probably be, it'll most likely be next week. So I will let you know definitively if that's the case. But that is one of the shows, the live shows, that I enjoy doing most each year. So I'm super excited for that, but stay tuned. Vance Cope, what is going on? Let me catch up here. Every time you say Homecoming, I want fried chicken. Lisa, my plan earlier this year when it came out, was I wanted to go to Homecoming for dinner and then go see Homecoming. The twain never actually met, but I'm with you. And now I want fried chicken. That's twice today you did that to me. I want a pumpkin roll from Publix, and I want Homecoming fried chicken. So, and fried green tomatoes, Nikki Keller, right? Can I still get there? I knew I should have. See, if I would have gone with my original plan and taken everybody to the Christmas tree trail in Disney Springs, I could have taken them to Homecoming too. Curses. Let's see. Yeah, Homecoming, they changed the name. They took off the G and added an apostrophe. I guess it sounded more Southern, or somebody threatened him with a lawsuit. Terry Gaff, tell me that little thing of the deviled eggs at Homecoming is not awesome. Jess, I'm going to see Kurt Russell on the 11th. I'm going on the 11th is Monday, right? Yes, I'm going Monday to see Kurt Russell, and I'm super excited because I dig it, and he's new, and he's ego. So Shannon King's doing hoop-de-doo on Christmas Day. You guys know how to enjoy Christmas. This pumpkin roll is delicious. That's not even nice. It's not nice. It's not fair. Do you see me rubbing in I have no foods here to rub in, other than I do have. I've been saving this. I keep my free Ghirardelli peppermint bark. Tonight might be the night. I might need it. So, Michael Waz, the holiday poutine at Disney Springs is awesome. I agree, because I had it on, what night was it? Monday. We recorded on Monday, and we went to the Daily Poutine and ordered not one, not two, not three, but four. Count them, 4 different types of poutine. And I think we made a mistake, Lisa. I think we should have just ordered all 5, because number one, we could have eaten them, and I've sort of felt guilty leaving the French one on the table. So, That would have been the right thing to do. The right thing to do would have been to order all 5. So, and now I want pumpkin roll and a nice cup of hot tea and my couch and layers of blanket and Netflix. And you know what I'm going to get out of those? Goose. I'm not going to get pumpkin roll. I got too much work to do, and I'm not going to be able to watch Netflix. Marla Chan, did I order a Cajun Kringle? Shh, come closer. It came in today, and I hid it from my family. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to crack that bad boy open, and I'm going to eat it all by myself. And I mean, I'll leave a little bit for him by the time I get home so I don't get a bellyache, but I can't wait. I will probably show you my Cajun Kringle tomorrow morning. And if you have never had a Cajun Kringle, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the rhyme that you're used to. Go to HaydellsBakery.com. They're in New Orleans. Spend the $43 and order. Hear the words that are coming out. I guarantee you, I promise you, the Cajun Kringle is without a doubt one of the most delicious things you've ever eaten during the holiday season or any other time. I have no sponsorship from Haydell's Bakery. I don't care. I blanking love their Cajun Kringle. You get that with a nice cup of coffee in the morning. Shut your face, man. That's good eating right there. Somebody sent me one. A friend of mine from New Orleans. She sent me one like 2 years ago, and I ate it in like 2 days. And I had to order another one, so I had some to share. There you go. Talk to Lou or stop the 4-year-old from wrecking the house. Stop the 4-year-old and then bring him over and talk to me as well. The Disney streaming service is still in the works. And Arnold, I think that's part of the decision to bring the Fox thing into the fold. So what's in the Kringle? Sean LeGrand, I should really pull up. So if you've ever had a king cake, it's sort of like that large ring shape, but it's got this sort of caramel thing on top with pecans. Oh my good gracious. It's a holy experience. Like, it's that good. And stop rolling your eyes. You know who you are. I'm not normally a sweet guy, but I love this because it's a breakfast food. You can have it for a little nosh during the day, and it's a nice, like, I can go down, I don't want them to find it, but I could go have it right now with a little cup of coffee. That's a nice way to sort of punctuate the evening. It was a good day today, though. Good morning, good at lunch, really stressful meeting after that, and then you guys. So that would be a nice way to sort of, this is where Lou says he doesn't really like sweet foods, but then he FedExes himself a Cajun Kringle. Tim, that's exactly what happened. I ordered it on Monday. It came in today. That's no joke, because I had almost forgotten about it. Is it, wait for it, breathtaking? You're lucky we're amongst companies, so I don't. Yes, you know what? It's breathtaking. The Cajun Kringle is breathtaking. Keep your hands off my Kringle, kids. Kayla Archer, are there any meetup dates set for next month as yet? No, but I will tell you, yes, it's not set up, but it's officially, it's going to be Marathon Weekend that Saturday at the Tomorrowland Terrace, probably early afternoon. That's traditionally when we do it, 1 or 2 o'clock. Lou made me order it. You know, if you put that in the coupon code at Haydell's Bakery, you get nothing off. You'll probably just get a weird message from Haydell's Bakery, but tell them Lou sent you. It doesn't matter. I promise. This is what I want you to do. All right, here. This is what I want you to do. And I have no skin in the game. If you order and you got to order from Haydell's Bakery in New Orleans. It doesn't count if you get one of those Dutch ones. You got to get the Cajun Kringle from Haydell's Bakery. You send me or post and tag me in it a selfie of you with your Cajun Kringle, and I will send you something from the prize closet. I don't know what it is because I don't even know what's left in the prize closet, but I will send you something from the prize closet. Fair enough? Selfie, Cajun Kringle, tag me, you get a prize. How's that? Fred Abley, thank God I wish I had an affiliate link for that. It's so good, it's breathtaking. And I said pecan, didn't I? I didn't say pecan. It's pecans. I was yelled at by my friends in New Orleans. The first time I said pecan, they're like, oh, no, it's pecan. the Daily Cajun Crinkle, and I can't do a video about it because they'll never make it again. So it's good stuff, man. I promise you, it is worth the 40. And I think the shipping is free now. It's like $42 or $44, something like that. And if you don't like it, just send me the rest and I'll finish it. John Joseph Gray, Disney will never buy Six Flags. Never, ever, ever. There's a top 10 reasons why they would do it. So, David Coviello, I do still have prizes from Shanghai. I think I got a few things left from Japan. I'll have to go through. When I ended up having the 500th show here and those plans came together very, very quickly, I literally took all the stuff that I had in my office and on the dining room table, which is normally WDW Radio Nation Shipping Central, threw it in boxes and jammed it into my garage. So I don't really know what's in there or in there, but I will send it. Again, selfie and with you and the Cajun Kringle and tag me in it. And I swear you paid really high shipping a couple years ago for the next day shipping on the Cajun Kringle. I did. You're right, I did. But now I think it's somebody. If you want to look up, well, forget. I'll look it up for you because I sort of have it. Hadel's Bakery. Let's see. King Cake's Cajun Kringle. Oh yeah, Big Daddy. It's $42.95. No, I'm not shipping out of the United States. If you check out, I believe. Oh, of course, I have my login's already saved. Welcome back, Lou Mangello. Oh, nice to see you too. Let's see. UPS Next Day Air Saver. Boom. UPS Next Day Air. There you go. That's the way. I mean, I'm not going to order another one. Well, maybe I should. So UPS Next Day Air, $5. God, I love New Orleans so much. Because I sort of have it set as my homepage on my web browser. It's not true, but close enough. Offering prizes for ordering cake. Haven't you made us all fat already? David Potts, if I'm getting fat, I'm taking you with me. If I'm going to have a body by, well, it used to be body by dumplings. Now it's body by Cajun Kringle. So I'm going to be in the city this weekend. No shipping. Jessera, that's the way to do it right there. Nikki, I'm not going to order one now, but I'll probably order one by Friday. And then I'm probably going to have Christmas here, so I should probably order another one. But you got to get them fresh. You can't let them sit too long. That's why I eat it. So that's the only reason why I eat it so fast. I just don't want it to go to waste. The Kringle of the Month. It's so much better than the King Cake. King Cake is too sweet. King Cake is too sweet. And those of you who don't make fun of me know that I'm not normally a sweet person. So body by, it's more like body. It's not body by Baymax. It's sort of body like Baymax. I'm big and I'm fluffy, and if I had a white shirt on, I would look a lot more like him. Stephen Maz, my favorite Disney character. Well, I don't know if you can see. There's a Peter Pan in here somewhere. I guess you can call Spider-Man now because he's a Disney character. But Peter Pan is in there. Baymax is in there. Spider-Man is in there. Is the Cajun Kringle shipped cold? No, it comes in a big rectangular box and it's sealed up inside, so it comes at whatever sort of your room temperature currently is. Fred Abley putting a link in there. I love it so much. Body by Lou. Joanne Wesley gave up sugar. Oh, there's no sugar in Cajun Kringles. I mean, it's caramel and pecans, so it's sort of sugar-ish. If you're gonna cheat, this is a good cheat right there. It's worth it. Marlon Chan says, I can't even think about it. Marlon Chan, what are you doing here? Aren't you at a dessert party right now? What time is it? 8:30. Yeah, you're probably eating desserts as we speak. So, Bill the Chimney Sweep Lizard. I have no idea who or what that is. What's my favorite Disney ride? I love Haunted Mansion. I love the TTA. I would be incredibly remiss if I did not say Mystic Manor, Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai, and about 5 attractions in Tokyo Disney Sea, because they're that good. Do I think they buy Six Flags? Oh, I saw that one already. You're waiting in the garden viewing area. Kelly Beck Zanoska, it's nice to see you as well. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Marla Chan, you have a beautiful night for it tonight, too. I've never done a dessert party in Magic. Have I? No. I did not know Bill the Lizard was from Alice in Wonderland. My favorite Disney character besides Mickey. Interesting. Google Bill the Chimney Sweep Lizard. But I don't want to close out my I don't want to close out my Haydell's Bakery order. Just in case. Oh, that guy. Oh, okay, now I got you. Look at you going with the relatively obscure. My Cajun Kringle is coming to Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah. Attaboy, Fred Abley. You know what? You'll thank me later. You will thank me later. It's it's an experience. The first time you have it, and then you can actually make the chicory. They give you, I think they still give you chicory coffee, which is a New Orleans thing. You can check that out too. It's not bad. Lawrence Robson from a cold, wet, and windy United Kingdom. Where in the United Kingdom? Kelly Beck. I got it right. See, I'm proud of myself. I'm on a roll. I'm feeling good. I'm excited about my Cajun Kringle. Shh. I don't want them to know that I have it, because tomorrow morning, before I have like meetings all day, but before my like 10 o'clock meeting, I'm gonna sit down, nice cup of coffee, couch, blankets, quiet house, and just enjoy 77% of my Cajun Kringle all by myself. Colin Kendall, am I doing a Disneyland group trip anywhere in the nearest future? So Becky's not here anymore, is she? I may be going out to speak in Disneyland next year. And if that's the case, I might try and organize something while I'm there. So, Iggy Torres, you're going to New Orleans next month. OMG. And I haven't forgotten about Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. When you go to New Orleans, the food, don't even think about doing anything else other than the food. That's how good it is. So, Judy, if you warm up so again, depending on what your temperature you keep your house at, if you put it in the microwave literally for like 9 seconds, it makes the top just a little bit, adds a little bit of gooiness to the sort of that caramel pecan topping. That's the way to do it. Paul Hajar is actually Googling Cajun Kringle delivery now. You should get a commission from these guys. My commission, I mean, I should, but I don't care because the Cajun Kringle is so good. You got to get it from Haydell's Bakery, though. I've had the other Cajun Kringles. It does not compare. It does not compare. Joanna Wesley, we are doing the Adventures by Disney trip next October. That is officially sold out, by the way. The last spots sold out last week, I think, to somebody from Momentum is actually coming. So I'm super excited. She's somebody from Momentum and has been on the show before. So I walk away, tuck in Junior for bed, and you're still talking about it. I know, I'm a creature. People ask me all the time, like, what do you guys talk about on your show? And I'm like, it usually revolves around food. And it's not even Disney food. And you know what? Wait a minute. I take that back. I think it was last year. Was it King? Oh, no, it was King Cakes. I did a meet of the month in Disney Springs, and I brought a king cake, and somebody else brought a king cake, and we all shared. Alaska, Kelly Beck's not. Alaska is not sold out. I mentioned earlier. We still have. I think there's just a couple left. We still have a couple of cabins left, still at day one pricing. We were able to make a special deal with Disney. So although as the ship fills, the pricing gets higher, we still have those opening day rates locked in. So I say this for no other reason than because it's true. If you are even remotely considering it, I would reach out, do www.radio.com/Alaska18, get a quote from Mouse Fan Travel. We were talking about, we're going to announce excursions, group excursions, probably as soon as Her Majesty gets back from her trip to Amsterdam and whatever she's doing there. But Alaska is still far and away. If you're coming to Alaska, show me some love. Show me hearts. Give me yeses. Give me whatever it is in there if you guys are coming to Alaska, because that is just a trip I am super, super excited for. Your comment about people in Detroit during the podcast made me smile. Add 20 minutes to cross the border into Windsor, Canada. Feels very far away some days. Thanks for helping us in the box feel closer. Alexander Kelly, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Lawrence Robson, there are talks going on right now about doing a trip to the UK and Paris in the spring, like April. Don't tell. Becky's going to kill me for saying that, but I think she's gone already, so it doesn't matter. Don't tell anybody. Shh. But there's a potential for a trip to the UK and Paris this April. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but I have a high about my king cake for tomorrow morning. So just shh, don't tell anybody. Anthony Flacco's not going to be in Alaska, but your parents are going to be there. Dude, you got to come to Alaska. Nobody has more fun than us. And it's not a cruise without Anthony Flacco for being there. I am Wacko for Flacco. And I see that your signature on the Star Wars cruise sign right there on my wall. Are there any remnants of the holidays in the parks in February? Unfortunately not. Come January 3rd, man, Gonski. It is history like the Aztecs. They take those down pretty quickly. So Beatrice Feeney's getting hitched in Alaska. How much fun is that? We'll have a wedding. Lucia, the Becky puppet, looking over her shoulder. I kind of do because she's right there. So that's the Becky puppet. So Martin Shergold, shh, don't tell anybody. I haven't even told Emma yet, but it might be happening. So Anthony Flacco, how much fun are we going to have in Southern California? Wait until you see some of the things that they have planned. Henson Studios, Imagineering, Henson Studios, Backstage Disneyland, a few other surprises I don't want to give away. Chrissy Chettle says, went to Geyser Point. Thanks so much for the recommendation. Right? How nice is that? Now is probably a really nice time to go. Now that I should do a meet. Why don't I do a meet of the month out there? Out at Geyser Point. I'll have to do a little reconnaissance mission and check out the outdoor seating. Sitting right there by the water, I got to write that down. Maybe I can't do January because it's so important I'm writing it down on paper. Dave Coviello, I actually don't have my tickets for Star Wars. I don't. I don't have my tickets for that weekend yet. So I don't think I'm going to see it opening day. They may do a presser kind of thing, but I don't know. We'll have to see. The bison burger at Geyser Point is delicious. All the stuff is good there. I have to go back. We got to go back, Kate, to Geyser Point. And I'll say that too. If you're part of the WDW Nation, I'm planning something special for you guys too. A little sort of, think of it as a nation retreat, as it were. So, Colin Kendall says, do Geyser Point in mid-March and I'll be there. I'll have to figure out when I can do that. We'll have to see. We need exact dates for UK Paris ASAP. Shh, Terry Gaff, don't tell Becky I said anything yet. Don't let her out that she'll kill me. You have one night in Orlando next week for work. Blue Zoo or Boathouse? Torn between two lovers, feeling like a fool. I know my answer already. It's Boathouse. I think Blue Zoo has some incredible dishes. It is a wonderful place for a special meal, date night, going out with couples and friends. But I think for overall experience, quality of food across the board, staff, entertainment, view, location, it's Boathouse. It's Boathouse. I think that the miso glazed Miro and the Cantonese lobster at Blue Zoo are, and I'm going to say this just for Lisa's benefit, they're breathtakingly delicious, but it's Boathouse. So Martin Shergold, I'm trusting you guys with the secret. Don't text Becky, please. She will crucify me in the worst way possible. Mike Milne, I know nothing about the Hall of Presidents other than rumors, and I don't speculate on the rumors. What I have heard from internal sources doesn't always necessarily jive with what I'm seeing in Rumorville. So shocked. Lou's talking about boat. David, I didn't bring it up. Somebody asked me. They said Boathouse or Blue Zoo. Where would you go? And I'm going to go to Boathouse every day. Cosmachera, how are you? Good to see you. The 14th to 18th is my wheelhouse of dates. We're staying at Colin Kennel Boardwalk, nice resort. I need to get over there now because I need to go and see. I think Boardwalk has a gingerbread village of the boardwalk in gingerbread. So, Courtney, WS, sleepy time. Have a good night. Have a great week. Maybe I'll go live again in the next couple of days, so stay tuned. What time is it? 8:39. All right, we'll go for a little while longer. And then I still have this. I can't show you my stack of paperwork, but I have a stack of paperwork that I have to get done. So, Ricky DJ Technoid Reed, when you come out here, brother, you know we're going to have to hit Boathouse. We'll have to get you and Martin here at the same time and do Boathouse. So, loving both of them is breaking all the rules. I know I can't help it. I cannot help it. I do love them both. So, Ian Billingham, nice to see you as well. I have not seen the full Muppet Show yet. I have not seen the full Muppet Show in Magic Kingdom as yet. I haven't been out to Magic Kingdom in a long time. Dave Coviel, have a good night. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you again. Somebody said they wanted to play 20 questions. Let's see, what time is it? 8:40. There was something else I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember. So, Sam, what do I think about Mission Space becoming a Guardians-themed ride? Look, I am one that is super excited about it. I'm a huge Marvel fan. Look, as much as we love Epcot and we're nostalgics and we're all these other things and we're sentimentalists, let's be honest. Epcot needs an injection of love. They need updating. If you are a parent, you know that Epcot is not the biggest attractor for kids. If they're beyond the Finding Nemo stage, and maybe not quite at the Mission Space stage or the Test Track stage, there's not huge attractors for them there. When you bring in things like a Guardians of the Galaxy, certainly now you see what Frozen has done, automatically that adds a huge degree of relevance to that park. And I will say only this, because I want to say more and I can't, but Epcot Center is about to get not just Mission Space, not just Guardians of the Galaxy, not just a Mission Space themed restaurant and update there. It is going to get a massive influx of resources to expand that park. I don't want to say anything more, but from a purely speculative point of view, the center of Future World is going to change. The imagination side of Future World is going to change. And you are going to see not just an update to World Showcase, but you are going to see an expansion of World Showcase. And I will tell you, that is something that's been on the drawing board for a long time, and I believe has finally been greenlit. There are a lot of reasons why things have not been announced as yet. It is not my place to try and spoil them or the reasons why. But you are going to see Stuart Sternberg, my buddy, my countdown friend, and Epcot reimagination is exactly what's happening. The funds, and I don't want to quote a number, but the funds, I'll say this, and you can figure out the math on your own if you know your Walt Disney World history. The financial commitment to Epcot alone is twice what the 2017 number would be, the equivalent number would be, for what they spent to open Epcot itself. So figure out what the 1982 number was, translate that into 2017 dollars, and double that. That's what's been allocated for Epcot. So you are going to see massive changes announced. And look, the Disney is not looking at, well, we've got Toy Story coming, we've got Star Wars coming, we just opened Pandora. They've got a plan. Epcot is part of that plan. I believe that Tomorrowland is part of that plan. Animal Kingdom is part of that plan in terms of expansion. And you have not seen the last of the resort announcements either, because Walt Disney World right now, and you want to know what Lee and I were talking about, this is one of the things, Walt Disney World is consistently at 97%-ish capacity. There's no more slow time of year, right? It's crowded all the time. I will tell you, spoiler alert, I was trying to book something for a potential group thing. I was trying to book a room somewhere for 3 months from now, and I could not get space that I needed on property. And I mean hotel space. I don't mean convention space. Traditional, okay, so right now it's December 6th. This used to be the sweet spot of when you would go to Walt Disney World. The holiday decorations were up. It was value season. It was a veritable ghost town. There was nobody here. I'm telling you, you could stand in Frontierland and throw a rock. Not that you should throw a rock, but you could throw a whatever into Liberty Square and not hit somebody. And I will find the picture that I have when I came down to do research for an audio tour, and there was nobody here at 9:30 in the morning. This was the ideal time of year to go. Now, the resorts are at 97% capacity. You can't park at Contemporary or Boardwalk or Beach Club to go to the parks anymore because the parking lots are filled with guests. The Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is selling out all the time. Bruce, first week of December was great. It's no look, and you can look at that as a good thing, as a bad thing. If you are a stockholder, you're thrilled about the fact that the parks are busy all year long. If you're a local, you kind of miss some of those slower times. They still exist, not necessarily on the weekends, but during the week we had a beautiful night, Monday night. I'm not sure if Lisa or Michael or Beatrice are still here. Monday night was beautiful. There wasn't a lot of people in Disney Springs. It was a wonderful time to be there. Saturday, it's going to be a different story. I'm a little concerned about the meat of the month, that it might be crowded, but we'll figure it out. Judy says it's very difficult to book DVC. And look, the fact that things like this are going on right now is no accident. The fact that there are festivals and celebrations and parties all year long are giving people reasons to come, and more importantly, giving them reasons to come back. It's one thing if you book a trip once every 3 to 5 years, if you book every trip every year, but what's happening is that the people who are coming once a year are now buying into DVC, and I will tell you that the DVC purchases are affecting, not all that much, but are actually affecting resort, because so many people are buying DVC because they know that they're going to come back multiple times a year. But Beatrice says Monday night was beautiful, but it's busy all the time. And that's, it is the way it is. That's why trying to figure out when to come during the slower times of year is becoming more difficult, especially if you have kids in school or you have a job that you can't leave. I get it, and not everybody can go to the parks from a Monday through a Friday, especially if you have kids who are getting older. I'm running into that problem now in terms of pulling my kids out of school for events. There's going to be some things that I'm going to do that they're not going to be able to do because they're getting older. People who wanted to travel here during the slower times of year are not going to be able to do it. Hey, Father George, how are you? So Alexandra Kelly want to be a travel agent. The opportunity is there. You should do it. If you love it and you want to do it and you're willing to put in the work, I think you should. So Marlon Chan's gotta go. She gotta have desserts. See you on Saturday. I cannot wait to see you and to hug you and to thank you. And by the way, thank you again for not just the taco flavored Doritos that you sent, but yesterday the wonderful array of chocolates that you sent. You are a big contributor to this Baymax looking body. So thank you so much. I love you, and I can't wait to see you on Saturday. So, Jonathan Mack, what country's food are you most hoping would be added to Epcot? I could give you a top 10, but I think one that would make a lot of sense, and I think one that would kill for so many reasons, is India. India just makes sense across the board from a financial, technical, culinary, cultural perspective. India is a no-brainer to go into Epcot, and I would not be surprised if you don't see that during the next rounds of expansions that I'm telling you are coming. So Paul Clark says, I'm happy that we bought into DVC back in 95. The price point is quite high. You can't make it this Christmas because of scheduling. It's just the way it is. Father George, you are always missed. And I always feel bad when I miss Father George when he comes down here. But you're so popular. You have like, it's like going to a Father George meet and greet with so many people that you know. Luke Hempenstall says, hey, they're all from, hey there, all from finally here at Disney's All-Star Music Resorts, all the way from Australia. Luke Hempenstall, I was talking about Australia today in terms of Disney and vacation. How long of was that, a 15, 18-hour flight? Luke Hempenstall, so there were plans years ago for an Australia, not just a pavilion, but almost sort of a mini land in and of itself. I still believe that will come as part of the World Showcase expansion. I absolutely believe that is going to come. Maybe not as extensive as what it once was, but if the expansion happens the way I believe that they had planned for years ago, I think Australia is absolutely part of that plan. So, Luke Hemmonsall, I can't wait to meet you as well. I cannot wait to meet you guys as well. Amanda, Catherine, and Cicero keep debating getting DVC. You got to decide if it's right for you, and then you have to look not just into purchasing from Disney, but the resale market and what the pros and cons of doing both those are. Obviously, the resale market has changed in terms of privileges versus purchasing direct from Disney. So, for a lot of people, it's what makes financial sense. So, let's see. Australia should go to Animal Kingdom. 27 hours door to door. Holy moly! I was talking to Lee today about traveling to China and just how whacked out your body clock gets. I could only imagine coming from Australia, what that must be like. So, listen, it is 8:52. Let's try and end things here around 9 o'clock. We've been going for a while. I'm not going to have time to do calls or 20 questions, but I will do a sort of lightning round, as it were, of Ask Me Anything. So you can ask me anything about the holidays at Disney World, personal questions, business questions, things you'd like to see, things you'd like to know. Go ahead and go. I'll wait for those to start coming in. In the meantime, guys, please don't forget to, if you haven't already checked out this week's show about things to do during the holidays, I would really love and appreciate so much if you could share it out. I say every single week, as I have for however many years, all I ask that you please help spread the words. Take this episode, share it out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, if there's a group that you belong to, whatever it might be. And if you can do that one, you can also do the 10 things you know about Walt Disney. I want to celebrate Walt, the man, not the persona. I think it's really important that people understand and they learn from Walt. So if you can share either those or both of those out, I would appreciate it. How do I stay motivated when things get mundane? Joshua, they don't. I was doing a one-on-one coaching call with somebody yesterday who I think I saw her pop in tonight. When you do what you love, motivation is not my issue. Time is my issue. Time is my issue because I don't have enough of it. As I'm getting older, I can't work till 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 nights a week anymore. I get up early and I get excited to get to my desk. And then next thing I know, I look up and it's 3 o'clock and I'm still in my pajamas and I haven't had lunch because I love what I'm doing. So it doesn't get mundane because I do a lot of different things. What I have up on that board, what I have going on all around here, keeps it exciting for me. Do I have a favorite Disney Christmas television or cinematic special? It's not Disney. I love the Rankin Bass stuff. You start me singing I'm Mr. Heat Miser and forget it. My favorite Walt Disney World store, of course, would have been the House of Magic. I love the fact that the facade is still there. My favorite store, it's probably the Emporium. It's probably the Emporium. Stephanie Perry Bullock, nice to see you. You're so late. I'm just getting ready to finish, so we're doing lightning rounds of questions. Not what's the number one Walt item that's your dream item? So it's not an autograph. I think it would have been something maybe that would have been personal to Walt. Maybe something that would have been on his desk. Something that he would have looked at every day or inspired Walt. I'm not an autograph collector per se. We talked about on that show autographs that are truly Walt's or one that were signed by somebody else. So yeah, I think it would be something personal. One of the things that, when you asked this question, the first thing I thought about was at the Walt Disney Family Museum out in California, they had Walt's comb. And I don't know why that struck me as like, it's such a personal, such a nondescript, but it's such a personal item that I thought that it was so neat that they had that there. So I'd love to see a WDW Radio Mobile so you can come visit us all over the country. The bus tour still might happen. So what am I doing for Mardi Gras? Probably eating. My favorite holiday decoration, I don't know. In the parks or at home, Amber Ramble. At the parks or at home, because they differ, and I'm very simple. Recommend any business type books. So Tim Moore, I've known Gary Vaynerchuk for years. I really like his first book, Crush It. I think that's probably the best of his books. I like it better than Jab, 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 Right Hook. The 4-Hour Work Week. Utility by Jay Baer, and the one that I'm working on. I didn't say that out loud, did I? What does my setup look like? Multiple monitors? No, I have a single monitor. I have a laptop that I use on the side for when I do the call-ins, but that's it. Joseph Trapani, my favorite character is Peter Pan. I love Baymax. Obviously, I love this is the Spider-Man section right over there. Luke Hemsel did Flight of Passage for the first time today. Amazing. It's a wonderful emotional experience. Make sure you go eat at Tully Canteen. Let's see. Father George is saying, Port Orleans French Quarter for Mardi Gras. We have got to come and visit and do something fun for that. Have I ever thought of making an online dating section for WDW Radio can make a bolus subscription fees? No, I haven't. I've seen efforts to do that in the past. When I had discussion forums, that sort of happened on its own. I know that there are a number of relationships and marriages that came out of it. There was one divorce that somebody was blaming me for because it started on the forums, but I don't think I want to get into the dating section game. But if you come to a meet of the month, that's a great place to potentially meet another single Disney fan. So there you go. I'm trying to encourage it that way. So, because everybody is so nice in this community and this family. So, let's see. Let me sort of go back here a little bit. I think I missed a few. Best Imagineering book. So, Fred, so there's a couple. The Imagineering Way, the Designing Disney books, Building a Dream, and yeah, those are probably the best ones, I think. I don't know if they're all still in print. Some of them are a little bit more deeper than others, but yeah, as a quick look on that section of my shelf, those are probably the ones that I would recommend. There's a bunch of books on Disney that are not official that I love too. So I thought Coco was a beautiful movie, both in art and in music and direction. I'd like to see it again. I would definitely like to see it one more time. So, Fred, just remind me. I know I did a show on some books I didn't cover all of the Imagineering books. I'm doing a quick look to see. Just so you know, I'm looking over there at that's where a lot of my other Disney books belong, and I also have a garage full of about 4 more boxes of books. So, the best place to get a late night snack on property, Joseph. That's a tough one because not a lot of stuff is open very late at night. So you have to find some of those few places that are potentially open late or 24 hours. Although I will tell you that poutine at 10 o'clock at night at Disney Springs, that hit the spot. That definitely hit the spot because it's warm and it's comfort foody, and I wanted to just go to my car and take a nap, but instead I raced home as quickly as I can. So that's a good place to get a late night snack on property. The other place, and you might not be staying there, but I will tell you that Peekaboo it's not called Peekaboo anymore, is it? I still think it's called Peekaboo at the Dolphin, is open 24 hours. And they've got hot food and cold food and grab and go stuff. One of the reasons why I like the Swan and Dolphin so much. By the way, I need to get over there and see, because it is Santa's favorite resort. I need to go check them out soon. So the Contempo Cafe is open 24 hours. Paul Clark, can you order hot food or just grab and go? Because if it's hot food, I did not know that, and I'm super excited. Beatrice Feeney, I was that close to taking you guys on the Christmas tree trail tonight, but because I actually have another call right after this, and I've got so much work to do, that's why I bailed on the idea. But I would have had poutine again because I love it oh so very much. But I will be back. Let me see. I might potentially be in Disney Springs again. I have a meeting. I have a meeting there on Friday. Depending on what my Friday schedule looks like, maybe I will take you guys to a daytime walkthrough of the Christmas tree trail to help you get you through your hopefully not too mundane Friday. But just a couple of quick reminders. Again, if you're thinking about Alaska, you can get a free quote just to see about coming. To all of you who are part of the WDW Radio Nation, thank you so much. If you're part of the nation, give me some hearts so I can see that you guys are in there and represent. But I love and appreciate you. Thank you for all of the support and everything that you do. Don't forget that if you go to the logo shop, actually, if you go to www.com/merch, you can get all of the, and I think right now, it's still on sale, including the brand new I'm Just Here for the Food, and you can also get the WDW Christmas sweater. I believe they are both still on sale at this point. Again, thanks to all of you who were on the show this week and who listened to the show this week. Please go ahead, like I said, if you can, tonight, tomorrow, this week, share it out so that everybody can learn about and enjoy the holidays at Walt Disney World. Finally, most importantly, thank you so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you are having a great week. I hope to see you maybe again this weekend, and then maybe next week I'll be live from Fort Wilderness, and I will take you through on the golf cart some of the holiday decorations out there. I love you. I appreciate you, and I hope that as the holiday season starts to kick in, this is your best holiday ever. Hopefully, I will see you guys this Saturday, too, at the Meet of the Month in Disney Springs, coincidentally, right next to the boathouse, Saturday from 11 to 12:30. Have a great night. I love you. See ya.